love language?
Yes. It's important to know your mate, your family member, or your friend's love language.
Welcome to another dose of Empire, where we share stories to elevate and inspire. My name is Mimi, and I'll be your host for today. I am honored to introduce our next guest. She is a teacher, a mother, and an entrepreneur. Please help me welcome the one and only SHONN.
I listen to a lot of videos, self-inspirational videos. I listen to a lot of videos. I've looked at a couple of books. But all of that stuff comes together for another thing. I saw a video on love languages. Okay, so with the love languages,
according to Gary Chapman, there are 5 love languages. The first one is word of affirmation, where you're showing love by expressing words. The second one is quality time, where you're spending time like watching Netflix, watching TV, and you cancel other plans to spend time with your loved one. Third, giving gifts, where you are showing love through material things. 4, physical touch. And that can be a hug where you're showing your loved one how much you care by physical touch. Lastly, act of service, where you go about your way to maybe do some chores, where you are doing act of service, basically translating into favors to show how much you care.
It's important to know your mate, your family member, or your friend's love language, because I know how I am.
Yeah.
Okay, I work a lot, so quality time is not a necessity. It's like I can have an hour with you, and that could be quality time.
Yeah.
I don't have to spend all day with you.
Right.
So my love language is different from your love language, but I'm a giver. I love to give. I like to give gifts. I like to buy people things sometimes. I like to,
Is it the idea of seeing them happy that gets you?
Yeah, I love that. So when you find out people's love language, you'll find out that, me liking to buy things for people, one day I might, I'll buy you lunch, or we'll go and I'll buy you a drink, That's my love language because I like when people give me gifts.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that's your love language.
Right.
Like I might buy you something, you might, oh yeah, that's nice. Where you would have been more excited with just a little bit more quality time.
I love that because as I'm listening to you, I realize what my love language is.
Yeah, see, that's the thing too. A lot of people don't know what their love language is.
I don't think I know what my love language is.
But you don't know. You haven't identified it.
No, I think mine is I love talking to people. I really do. I'm not just saying it because
so you like talking to people. So you like words of affirmation.
I just love learning about people, words of affirmation. But to me, yes, you can't give me a hermit's bag. I'll take it. I will never say no.
Okay.
However, if you sit down with me for like even an hour, we talk about life, we learn from each other.
So you like quality time too?
I love quality time. But if we just having quality time and you're not even talking to me, I feel like
quality, not quantity.
What if you're not even?
Because it's quality.
What if we're just eating eggs or eating breakfast and
there's nothing going on to make it quality. There's nothing really going on to say that was a really good time. We just sat there and ate eggs.
I know, that's true. So maybe quality time is what matters to me. But I feel like it has to be a good conversation as well. Mm-hmm. Like, if we're not talking...
Like earlier, we were watching a movie.
Yes.
I consider that quality time.
That was a good time.
We were able to, laugh.
Yes.
And discuss some of the stuff in that movie.
Yes.
Some of the things that we like and don't like. Even though we're watching the movie, we're enjoying each other's company. I consider that quality time. Would you consider that quality time?
No, I did. We had a great time, and I think it is so important to find your love language. As obviously, I'm finding what mine is more throughout this conversation, but I didn't. It is so important to find what your love language is.
It is. Once I learned that, I was like, wow, it was a game changer. Because, you need to know I need to know my son's love language. I know what his love language is. I need to know my mom's. You need to know your significant other.
Right.
It's not just about you and your love, your significant other. Anybody in your life that you spend time with, or you love, or you consider a friend, you should know their love language.
Do you think that's one of the challenges and the struggle for couples?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You are mesmerized, or you love this person, but you don't really know what their love language is.
Right.
You don't understand what they like, that thing that make them It's just, and if you sitting there buying Hermes bag, and that's not what they want.
She's not into that. She's not, materialistic into that kind of stuff. She probably wanted some time, or maybe a compliment.
Right. True.
You don't even have to go and spend all that money.
Yeah.
You just tell her how beautiful she looks, and maybe giving her a nice tender hug. That would have been everything for her.
That's true.
I mean, of course, that bag wasn't her. That wasn't her love language. Or you taking out, you taking out, we know that you're a busy person, but you taking out your time to have lunch with me, or to have dinner with me.
That's everything. Because I'm always busy. And I think it says a lot about us, how, for me, I love quality time because I'm always on the move, always busy. When I give time, I remember I was talking to a friend just the other day, maybe just yesterday, and as I was talking to her, she's like, oh my God, Mimi, I can't believe you're sitting here talking to me for that long. I know how busy you are. But I had to stop her right there and say, listen, I know I'm busy, but to me, giving you my time, especially when we have not chatted for ages, it's just so much honor to just give you my time, just understand where you at, so we can have, so if I can help any, so I know how to help. And I think understanding each other's love language, not just for the sex part, men, women listening. I think it's so important to know your partners, your friends, your mothers, fathers. Your having the ability to recognize what that love language is, and it could change, right? But I do think
as you get older, your love language does change.
It does change, but I think it's so important to know what your audience, your customer love languages, and I think that's how people find that niche. Because if you can find what the customer needs, because when you go back to Steve Jobs, we all have cell phones. He didn't invent cell phones, right? He knew people loved taking pictures. Right. He knew people wanted a phone that was easier for them. So he created that system that he knows his customer definitely love. And I think it's so important when we're looking at love language, recognize what your customer wants and needs are. We can trigger that not only to your friends.
And that's what it is right there. I don't know if it's so much knowing the customer's love languages, but knowing the customer's needs.
Yeah.
And being able to identify what it is that your customers want, what it is that they need, and what is it that they're looking for. What type of customers are you catering to?
The reason I was using it for customers because some people are in love with Kanye, and they have that language where people are just in love with. They're in love with who he is and what he does. My point is, when you find that niche and you fall in love with a particular character or a particular celebrity or even someone or organization, that person is speaking to your love language. I feel like it's speaking to your wants and needs.
Right.
And I think it's so important when you manage your business to find out.
And it's funny you put it like that. That's a good, because like you said, your love language does change.
Right.